Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to quickly share a small anecdote with you. Because it really looks like things are just kind of like out of control. Like, there was this bill that I guess they tried to pass, the tax bill, the Republican tax bill. And yeah, you guys, I don't know how much of a common practice this is, but it seems just like the worst shit ever, man. I just got through watching this Elizabeth Warren tweet, and you know, I'm a little fishy about Warren. You know, and she spouts a lot of good stuff, but I think I've heard one or two things about maybe her being like on the take, on the down low. But she posted this video about her getting like this 500-page document to be approved like an hour before it's put through, you know? So it's 500 pages gets like slammed on these people's desks, you know, everybody is supposed to approve it. And there's just like handwritten shit in there too. You know, it's like, oh, well, this is fucking, you know, maybe we should, you know, put this in there. It's like, as if they were making mistakes, but it's probably some horrible, like, piece of shit addendum that, you know, they squeaked in there sideways. And, yeah, I don't know how many other people have their, like, fishy alarms going off right now, but mine is going off real hard. And, it reminds me specifically of something that I've seen in the past. I get these analogies in my head, and this one so far has been like fucking spot on every time. Whenever I think about Congress, and specifically Republicans, I mean, come on, you guys. Democrats, they're real shit right now. They suck, and they're like going all in for the shitty stuff, right? But the people who originate the shitty stuff are the Republicans. Most of the time, you know? And the Democrats just go all in for it, and now everybody is just in some, like, you know, the sleaziest cesspool, just the worst money orgy, you know? And that's where we're at now. But this, like, this in particular, reminds me of something when I was growing up, you guys. And I don't know if this is just, like, wisdom from the ages, or just, like, some crackpot that's just, like, bloviating at you. But I want you to hear this story out, because it really rings true in my life when it comes to these fucking greedy fuckers. Now, when I was growing up, my best friend had a wiener dog named Sadie. Used to be a homeboy's lady. Sadie was a wiener dog that had, like, overeating problems, you know? Couldn't help herself. Just had to keep gobbling up all the food that she could. And Sadie knew that she wasn't supposed to be doing this, right? Even in the dog's mind. And, you know, she wasn't the... She may not have been the smartest of dogs. But she fucking knew that it wasn't right that she was doing that. You know, just gobbling up all the food. Because the humans would react, you know, and be like, hey, knock it off. Right? So what would Sadie do? She would just wolf down all the food. And she'd have just, like, massive cheeks full of food. Right? And then she would quickly dart underneath the sofa where people couldn't get her, and then just spray out all the food and eat it up at her own leisure. But every now and then you'd catch her. Like, rah! And then they'd pick her up, and you'd have her there, right? And she would just have the most bewildered look on her face, like, what's going on? I don't know what's happening. But she knows exactly what's happening. Because it's happened a billion times. Just like the real thing. Just like Congress. Just like our representatives. It's just every time they're caught, the amount of outrage is kind of scaled down because there's not so many people paying attention. And they just get away with it. because nobody's holding them accountable. And that's where we are right now, you guys. Just the weaselly little dog, just like just like trying to wolf down all the food that's currently in their mouth. Just like, oh God, just get it in me just before everything goes to shit. Just get it all in. That's where we're at right now, you guys. People are just like fucking... They know the reckoning's coming. They know that they're up to the worst shit. And they're just gobbling up everything. It's like, quickly, quickly, before everything goes to shit, you know? Get it all in your mouths before they pick you up and you have to start wolfing it down, you know, at an awkward angle. Because that's what happens, man. People like Bernie Madoff and stuff, you know, there's no real punishment for them. They just get let go to do the cycle all over again. And the problem is, there's no real solution to stopping them. Is there? What is to be done? This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And I hope you at home are extremely unhappy with your leaders. They're all shitty, you guys. Now that I'm like really looking back, and you know, as a kid growing up, who is like, you know, you really wonder where your ownership of this stuff lies. You know? Should I have been more aware of Bill Clinton's shitty wrongdoings? I don't know. I was working. I was a student. Well, I was a student back then, but during George W. and during Barack Obama, you know, I didn't have time to really be involved in politics, but I know they were all up to really shitty things. You know, because people were getting real angry at the time. But what did I know? Right? I was humping boxes, humping TVs down at Circuit City. You know, fucking cutting fish all day long for fucking QFC and stuff. It's like, you don't get the time to be involved, but at some point, you take the ownership and you're like, wow, this is really fucking bad. And I don't know when people are going to be able to do that now. It seems like all the people who actually have the time to make some change are the ones who are just like doddering old fools. Who are getting preached at by fucking Pat Robertson and Alex Jones and shit. They got that market cornered. Like people with nothing better to do with their time than sit around because they don't know how to work the internet or something. I don't know, man. I don't even know where to end this. Honestly, you guys, the whole year I've been like losing sleep over this bullshit. You know? Because now I actually have the time to sort of follow some things, and it's like, wow. It's almost like these people think that they're not being watched. And that's kind of because they aren't. So I hope you all have a great day. Take care. Fucking just... Yeah, keep an eye. Keep an eye out for these shit weasels, you guys. Because they're in everybody's pockets now. And they're gonna make things a lot worse. Love you. Bye.